I'm just gonna go live. I hope everyone's okay with that.
That's a thing. Sure, we can do that.
Yes.
What's it called? What's this, Argent City Crime Time? What are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I called it big time crimes in the.
I mean, you get a couple different
Big
things.
time crimes.
It's just it's a different thing every week. That's part of the thing.
Oh, Crime Force. Omega. What's the opposite of Prime?
Omega.
Omega.
Beta?
Well, a non-prime number. What's a non-prime number?
What's the opposite of? What's the optim?
Omega
Shit, what's the word
divisible.
opposite of Prime?
Did you see that tweet the other day about there needs to be add Guam, Puerto Rico, and DC as states so that we'd have 53 states?
Yeah, fuck that.
Mhm.
I want
Yeah,
all the
Prime.
states.
And we'd actually be indivisible?
I see we aim for 57 though. Actually, no, 57 is not, is it?
No.
You gotta go like. No, because 27 and 30 are both 3, so 57's not. 59?
Oh, yeah.
Is 59?
No, I think it's. Wait.
Those feel really close together, though, for 53. The crimes are usually further apart up there.
Best part of existence. Base, bottom, neater, worst, conclusion, downfall, end. Fascinating.
Ooh, I do like Nader.
Nadir is a good one. Yeah.
59
Yeah,
and 61 are both prime numbers.
Really?
Boom.
That surprises me.
Yeah, through that, like, they're like 5 or 6 apart for a little while there.
Yeah.
Because it goes 53, 59, 47,
Yeah.
53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79.
Mm. Well, because like the early squares are the differences. The early primes are the differences between the squares. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, but that stops pretty quick.
Okay. So we've got all those. Get this launched.
This is really bothering me that I can't figure out a good antonym for Prime.
I'm sorry.
Galvanize?
Galvanized?
Yeah, it's a synonym for Prime, according to this.
Base, bottom, nadir.
Yeah, but
Nadir.
Crime Force Omega Nader doesn't sound right.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I can see like prime as in prepare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Prime Force Alpha or Omega Average.
But the word Prime has a very, like, maybe it's all those years doing
meetings.
I mean, Omega Subprime might work.
subprime / mortgage.
There's a reason we wound up with Time Force Omega or Alpha Prime, because there is definitely like a punchiness to that word at the end of a sentence.
Yeah.
When like we're commoditized heroes, villains, villain default swaps.
Ooh, wait, no. Commoditized
Man,
villains.
that's you put that in your back pocket for a plot for another day.
Yeah, I know.
But there's gotta be like.
when you make the jump from crime to villainy. At default. Like, that's where that happened.
What was that word? That replaceable word? What are words? Like, fancy words that mean replaceable?
Expendable?
Yeah, like words that mean expendable, but like fancier. Fungible.
Let me tell you about a thing that I've learned to use. I've gotten very, very comfortable with the online thesaurus in my blade hacking.
Yeah. Hook me up with something like. I want a punchy word. Words that.
Superfluous.
Omega Superfluous.
It's got to be like one.
Superfluous.
Yeah.
One syllable. That means
1 to 2 syllables, basically.
Yeah.
Omega Minor. Omega Excess.
Ooh, wait, Miner's got like summer. This off. Give me a second. Dinky.
Omega Trivial.
Great. Omega Grade B.
Crime Force Omega Petty.
That's not too far off.
Crime Force Omega Extra, which is absolutely the correct description.
Like, I have this image of, like, you know, crime food product or something like that.
100% grade Omega.
Now with extra.
Still technically me.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go with Crime Force Omega ... crime.
Okay.
Because I can't think of there's gotta be. We'll poll the audience. Confirm and go live. Right, I was supposed to like warn people that I was doing that, but I think we're just live now.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Where's my Twitter pager so I can retweet the things?
Okay.
Yep, I just tweeted it. It has been whoops.
Oh no, why? Why are we top and bottom instead of side to side?
Ah.
Oh,
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to that very professional D&D podcast. We are, as you might have noticed, sort of in the middle of figuring out our technical goblins that always seem to attack just before stream time. I'm Zach. He/him pronouns, your editor-in-chief for this evening. And these are, well, I guess they're like above and below me on the Twitch screen right now. Our erstwhile super criminals. Please introduce yourselves in Discord order, I guess. Maybe skipping Mike if he's still concentrating by the time we get to him.
Hi, my name is Adam. Today I'm playing Flynn Taggart, aka Telefrag. And I guess we're currently in a mess to save my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. That was why we started that.
Sure.
That was what it started as. Yes, there's been a little bit of mission creep at this point.
Well, this is just the thing. Hi, I'm Matt, he/him his pronouns, and I am playing the venerable Desperado tonight.
At some point,
Geriatric Deathstroke, as I like to call him.
yeah.
Yes, you can call him that if you want. Not wrong, but you're not right either.
Hi, Mike Jitterson Bride. He/him pronouns. I am playing Damian Main, aka the Atheist. I am just gonna punch our way into and out of all of life's problems. And I have dogs if we want to have a dog camp.
Dogs. Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm playing Enzo Corleo, the consigliere, tonight. He's totally not from the future with crib notes and cheats his way through everything. Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think you need to take better notes.
Hey, listen, I didn't get poisoned horribly, so, like, I was looking super cool last session.
Looking out for
The thing about Enzo's notes, though, is, like, Enzo leaves himself just enough of a note to, like, avoid the really bad stuff while still keeping things exciting. Right?
Yeah. It would defeat the purpose otherwise. And, like, I picture the notes are super, like, focused on Enzo. Like, oh, yeah, Damien gets hit by a bus. Yeah, I don't need to note that down. Dude cut you off in traffic. Watch that red Civic.
Alright, so those who are just joining us or coming back, we are playtesting my Blades in the Dark hack that is essentially comic book super crime. These four are playing a super villain team.
But
well,
we're criminals, right? We're not supervillains yet.
Super crooks.
and that's an important distinction to me and to the game. To the viewer, if you're just joining us, probably the fastest way to get you up to speed is think about Spider-Man supervillains. Now think about them if they were a bunch of morons.
If you've ever read
That's what we
Superior Foes of Spider-Man, that's us.
Basically, yeah. That's what we're shooting for. So far, success, right?
Oh,
Yes.
I would stream that over the internet, but we would get taken down faster than you can say
Yeah.
I am.
I
the
know.
knight."
I know.
So this is a Blades in the Dark hack. It follows a lot of the same rules as Blades in the Dark, but there are a lot of notable differences. Not least of which the fact that some of us have powers that can teleport us through walls or punch God or tell the future. So that's what we're doing right now. When we last left our anti-heroes, the Enzo was sharing a drink that was previously poisoned with Mr. Wheato. Mr. Guido, who was very impressed by his resistance to the poison that was put in the drink, which Enzo had been working on for like a month because he knew it was coming. Flynn Taggart. Flynn was was looking for Selena, the reason he came, the cat burglar friend, in the exhaust vent / duct system, and found some sort of camp place she had been.
Yep.
And the Desperado and Atheist had broken into a very well. This is a very. I should probably back up and say that we're at the nicest hotel in town, like super high end, literal skyscraper. The base of the hotel starts 1,000 feet above the city skyline. Best views in the city. Caters to only the most upscale clientele, accessible by aircraft primarily. And these two yahoos have broken into someone's suite. That someone is apparently someone with very short legs and very long arms that dresses very, very well. And
Oh no!
You were pretty
I
out of it
choose
last
my
week, weren't you?
very carefully. You don't understand.
And the last thing that was seen before we cut out last time was the glass above the Atheists. I need to remember your actual name here.
Damian Maine.
Damian May. It's the pun on Batman. Come on.
I know. Okay, Damien. It's just Damien and Lonnie. I kept forgetting you guys' names. So Damien and Lonnie. The glass shattered above their heads, and a dark shape that was both weirdly compact and strangely lanky came through at them, sort of framed by the setting sun. That was where we left our heroes. So, who wants to go first?
I mean, I'm gonna go punch it.
All right, great. So,
Seems great.
the glass shot. There's glass falling around you. Lonnie and his granddaughter, is that who's currently pushing you around?
Yeah, well, we had established that it was Tina. It was
Oh,
Tiny
okay.
Tina's night.
It was one of the grandkids.
Oh yeah, it was Tina. You know, because she's off because she's on for the middleweight belt next week or something. I hadn't quite asked.
I don't pay attention anymore.
Okay,
So
I grab a chair and I hurl it at whatever's falling down.
okay, great. So the glass shatters and there's this form coming through you, and it's got there's a cape spreading out behind it in like a completely unbelievable fashion. Like you should know
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's like it's got springs that's been loaded and just
Mhm.
Oh. Air currents don't work like that.
no.
And inside you see the shape inside is mostly covered in like some sort of black leather / Kevlar thing, but what you can see is covered in orange fur.
Yeah. No, they train us for this in hell.
Okay, great.
I was gonna say,
See this.
Lonnie doesn't even look back. He's just already reaching into his saddlebag for a gun.
All right, so you're gonna throw a chair at him.
Yeah.
All right. Describe how this happens. What's your action word? What's your
Okay. So yeah, there's just it's so there's destruction, and Jamie goes, oh, okay, so we're doing it that way. I got this, and he picks up like the couch or something ridiculously large for him, and just hurls it at the thing that's coming down on the window, with the intent of like causing as much destruction as possible.
All right. So you're trying to okay. Yeah, I mean we can call that. You can probably call that either. Are you trying to call it wreck?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're gonna wreck a couch at somebody. Okay. All right. I'm into it.
I'm hoping to make the guy puke when I do this, so I can. No
Okay.
one's gonna make the fun. Okay, nah, just think about it for a while. Is this risky or controlled?
This is definitely not controlled. I'm gonna call it risky.
Is a couch a standard effect?
I'm gonna call it standard effect until we know different. So yes, let's just call it risky standard.
Okay, and how much stress? Why do I have so much stress? Okay. Alright, I don't think we're in the need for a devil's bargain yet, so I'm just gonna roll that. Like, a 4 is okay, right? Can't remember.
4 is okay.
Yeah.
4 is okay.
Why doesn't it show, like, successes or anything like that?
As you'll recall, and you being the sort of larger group here, there were a number of what-ifs that were posed specifically to Jonathan last time. And Jonathan sold you out literally every time. And one of those what-ifs was the Batarang has gotten into the drugs.
Oh, right!
That's right.
Oh,
yes.
hell! Oh, no!
So you grab this couch and you hurl it up, and then literally this form that's coming down at you just becomes a swarm of bats around the couch and continues towards you, reconfigures itself into the form of this like falling great ape, and kicks you with its short little legs and its superhuman strength. And you take let's call it harm 2 because it's a big falling monkey.
I take harm 2 from pointing out to the GM that orangutans are not great apes.
They are great apes. I actually looked that up before I got here.
No.
Yep, they're
I prefer to be. They're not. What they're not is monkeys. I use that term incorrectly. I did not use the term great apes incorrectly. Yeah,
I knew they were great apes.
monkeys have tails.
Uh-huh.
I take two harm from being wrong.
Yep. as is proper.
Was wrong.
Well, would you like to resist the grade 8 based body slam harm?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can't see how the extra stress that I'm about to take here is going to cause any sort of problems.
Well, don't you have? You also have super special armor thing, right? Have you used that yet?
My unstoppable is red, but I don't remember why.
You used it in the first one.
Yeah, did you
Crack the
refresh it
door.
from the last time?
Yeah, you should have.
He cracked the door, didn't he? Wasn't that what you?
Was that what you used it for?
I don't recall.
I don't think you.
I have a problem with my brain being missing, so.
Yeah.
It also happened at the very end of last time when you were really sleepy when it came out. So.
I was gonna say you took some scene missings there.
Yeah,
What's the is prowess is like I'm a dodge it. Resolve is it doesn't bother me.
Resolve is like, yeah, I'm gonna withstand this thing.
Tank it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tank the eight punch.
Okay, so the ape's gonna okay. Now I'm imagining the ape is like has reformed himself and is coming in sort of Liu Kang sideways style.
Oh, interesting. So it says resist consequences from mental strain or willpower.
Mm-hmm. I think so. You can. I will, in this case, allow you to use resolve purely because I'm thinking about changing what the defenses do.
Okay.
And this is one of the cases where I want superheroes to be able to just like, or supervillains to be able to stand there and be like, no.
Ooh.
I trauma
Oh, son of a.
because I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stress already, and I just take 4 more stress, right?
Yes, that's rolled. Did you not want to spend your special super thing?
No.
Okay.
I want you to spend that to punch stuff. I'm a demolisher. That's what I
No,
do.
dude, you trauma out. You're done.
Yeah, so if you trauma, so the way trauma works, well, this isn't trauma. These are quirks, right?
Yeah.
Let me open up yet another. Let's see how many of these I can get open right now. Let me pull up my player info sheet.
I've got 5 of the 6 things up.
I now have all 6 of the 6 things, I think. So, when you take a quirk, right? Did I put that in here? No. Yeah. So, when stress fills all the way up, clear it and narrate your removal from the falling into the river, skipping out into the darkened streets, riding off on a spectral elephant, whatever. Then take one of the following. And they are quirks. Instead of traumas, they are villainous quirks. Whether that is arrogance, or monologuing, or some sort of glaring weakness to be used against you. Yeah. So what I think happens is you get kicked by the monkey, or the great ape, right? And then you stumble backwards into something, and you wind up taking the whole contrivance out the window. And you just fall to Earth.
Okay.
But because you're you, you're fine.
You're perfectly fine. Ish.
Which document is all that stuff in?
That is in, I'll throw it up in Discord here.
Is it player info? That one shows
Yeah,
up?
it's player info.
Yeah.
It's right here. I will offer you a chance. Would you like to use your super to not be removed from the scene? Get that stress back. It's up to you.
I don't know. Let's just go ahead for now.
Okay. Alright. So,
Leave me alone
that-
with the batarang. Great. Thanks.
yeah, so the batarang sort of...
This
again,
establishes
looking-
stakes, Matt.
He hits
Fine.
you, kicks you into stuff, you bull in a china shop your way out the window, right? Along with a bunch of valuable things. They're all like, there's a shot from outside where there's like this glittering mass falling towards her.
Lonnie is so upset by this. No!
Also, Damien just says, "Fuck!"
I'm not surprised. The inside the room, Lonnie, you see the batarang execute this like kick snap roll off of the Aethifist, and then sort of bat apparate around some furniture to the other side of it, and you get the idea. Like, your keen hunter senses are telling you that guy's coming up the wall and then down at me very soon.
Move! As I start to like wheel myself, hoping Tina gets the idea.
Okay. Okay. Are you taking any sort of active measures against the?
I think I'm doing scared hood firing at this thing. Maybe. Like, actually, no. It's not even tunk 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 tunk. I think it might be time for the emergency gun.
Okay. What's the emergency gun?
That would be the Gatling gun.
Oh god.
Full
Where
painless.
does that emerge from the wheelchair at?
Well, it's not a big one. It's about this big,
Okay.
and so it's in the saddlebag in its own special little oil bag thing. Keep it ready.
Okay. And you have to like zip it open and pull it out?
Yeah.
Or...
Pretty much.
Okay. Great. So, which way are you? Is Tina pushing you towards the door while you're doing this, or?
Yes. Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Do you remember that the door is currently jammed up with a table that has 2 angry guards behind it?
No, I did not remember that actually.
Yeah.
But what other choice do I have to get out of here?
Window.
Seemed to work for the Aethifist. Just saying.
Unfortunately, I am not that durable.
Okay.
I am much more inclined to deal with some guards to get out of here than take the long way down.
All right. Yeah. So you see a doorway that is full of table. Fairly nice looking thick table to survive, and it now has like multiple gunshot holes in it
Sure.
because the guards are trying to get you from the other side.
Sure.
Tina is dutifully running you straight at it.
Oh yeah. So two things. I am going to activate a small cattle catcher on the front of my wheelchair.
Okay.
And two, I am going to unload the gun into that to weaken it, so I can bash through.
All right. Okay. That's what kind of roll are you trying to make here, friend?
I think that sounds like a rec roll against my better interests.
That does sound like a rec roll, and it sounds like you're pretty desperate about it.
Incredibly, I want none of what's in this room.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. Yeah. No, that's a desperate rec roll. You're giving it everything though, so I'm gonna say you're gonna have at least standard effect is like tearing down the door.
Sure, that's great.
Great effect is going to be taking out maybe dropping the guards on the other side. We'll see.
I'm not even worried about that. I'll worry about them once I get through. However, you have a what if for me.
Because they've gone so well so far.
Well, I've got no dice right now, so what if is sounding real good.
God, no dice in the rack. Okay. What if?
I put my dice in other places.
You have a what if for me? Because this works both ways. You or anybody else can pick one as long as everybody involved is okay with it. Because the one I have is pretty boring because it's just like give more people drugs. Like,
yeah. No. What if Batarang breaking the glass has set off like all the red alerts basically in this hotel, and it's gonna start locking down?
Okay. Yeah. Like, what if the to slightly rephrase and potentially add on.
Sure.
What if the alarm systems of the hotel are now going bonkers? Not only because of the Batarang, but because Damien also did a bunch of damage on the way down, and there's
because
like
they took a header out the window.
There's like sensors that can tell when things are leaving that aren't supposed to be, right?
Mhm.
And now the whole hotel is going on lockdown, and actually starting to descend on some kind of like
it's got
auger system as they lock down, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll take that. So that'll give me a die. Anybody have anything else they can offer, or am I just?
I mean, I assist, but
Yeah, I know. No, you did quite enough assistance for today, good sir. All right. The effect is standard, and I get one die. All right. Come on, baby. Big money, big money. 4?
Okay, so a 4 gets you standard effect, right?
Yeah.
A 4 gets you standard effect, so you plow through that door. That table that is replacing the door. Right? The gun, you're skilled. You use this like deforest areas and like tear through like rocky obstructions before. This is no big deal for you. Even like in the moment, this is okay, right?
Sure.
So you carve that door up in half, you blast through it with your cattle catcher. The 2 guards on the other side both go flying backwards. And then 3 Batarangs catch Tiny Tina sort of up the back of her right leg.
Oh, Jesus.
And she begins to stumble.
Go!
Yeah, that's the 4, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, she's hobbled at this
A
point.
little bit, yeah. They may or may not be dark place. We'll find out later. Right now, it's just an injury. So.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah. So let's cut to. Let's go with Flynn. Flynn, you are You were last seen in the ventilation system.
Yeah.
Were you waiting? Were you using this as an opportunity to try to track her further?
I at the time, the last thing I was doing was just waiting to see if she shows up again because I had no idea how else to track her in this place.
Okay. Okay. Well, while this is going on, wait, hi, Rocky. Hi, everybody. I'll be right back. 1 second. While this is going on, inside the vents, you can see like little red lights start to flash.
Okay, that's bad.
Yeah, and then you hear from further down the vent, you hear some sort of like noise, like a cat is like waking up and stretching, but it's a really big cat. A really big cat.
Wait, where did you say I heard this from? Further in the vents?
Yeah, like further down, like around a hook in the vents, a ways away.
Hi, Arya.
Okay, I guess I'm going to try to sneak up and see if I can spot if this has anything to do with Selena or not.
Okay. Oh, that's a prowl roll, I think.
Okay.
If you're trying to sneak.
Yes.
Yeah. I think, under current conditions, you probably standard effect is not being seen before you're seen, I guess.
Okay. Is this risky still?
We'll call it controlled, honestly.
Okay.
It's not super dangerous to you immediately.
Okay. 6.
Nice! Okay, so
Oh,
that's
success.
a full success. So you sort of turn this corner in the vents, and in front of you is like... It looks like a jaguar? Like a full-size jaguar. But it's like doing yoga. Like it's...
Downward
like-
dog.
Yeah, like the full-on, like... stretching. And back up. Yeah.
Is there... I don't know why there would be a jaguar in his vents if it had nothing to do with my friend, but last I knew she didn't have a jaguar.
Selena took
I-
the drugs too, remember?
Right, I think you mean
I-
last I heard she wasn't a jaguar.
Yes, I remember that she took the drugs too, but my Flynn would have no idea.
That's
So,
true.
It's true, yeah. In the corner, sort of down this dead end in the vents that ends in like one of those fans that does the fun like strobe light thing behind it. You can see like there's a pile of clothes. That, like, that's a vest Selena would wear. Yeah.
I think this is terrible. I think this is time for one of them flashback things.
Okay.
I imagine that at some point, trying to track her, I was at her place. I think we did establish that. I went to where she normally lives. And I probably grabbed a backpack of hers that had things that she normally uses to take care of cats.
Okay.
Or at least it's like a normal, it's like her overnight bag or something like her go bag.
I'm imagining like this is in my head, right? So Flynn is like this like badass ex special forces like crew cuts, army jacket,
Yeah.
sleeves cut off, like the unit membership tattoos, right? Yes, Hello Kitty backpack.
Yeah.
A tiny Hello Kitty backpack, pink, like over one shoulder. This whole time, yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
But in the bag is a ball of catnip.
Okay, that seems great.
Yeah.
So as you open the bag, you see like the cat has shifted position somewhat, and you see both of its ears sort of twists, and its head turn, and it starts sniffing the air. At which point it like performs this like weird sort of circular wall turn
Mm-hmm.
and comes sort of face to face with you, and it doesn't really look like Selena, but like you can tell the eyes. That is Selena is in there, is in the cat, and she is immediately going for the cat.
Okay. I'm going to try to basically befriend the panther that is my friend again, and possibly not in control of her faculties.
Okay, so again, I think I want to see the roll. A controlled roll. So that sounds like either sway or consort to me. Probably sway.
It's the same roll either way.
Okay. So give me a controlled sway, controlled roll, and the full success is oh yeah, I remember you. I like you. Since it's controlled, it won't get much worse the other ways, but yeah.
All right. Is there a way to push this? Or do I have to be power related to pushing this?
No, you can push it. It just won't. Yeah, you just won't activate your power stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to push it, you can.
Yeah, just because I want to give 2 dice with this roll.
Okay. So go ahead and spin your
5.
Okay. Yeah. So on a 5. So you succeed. Like the cat immediately recognizes. Selena recognizes you, but she's still like. It's a good chance that she's not just like cat in shape at this point. Like she's always been sort of a cat-like person, but like now she's a cat, and so she sees you with the bag and the ball of catnip, and it's playtime. And so she sort of very gracefully, but she's a very large cat, sort of pads and then leaps towards you in a playful manner to like grab them, and the two of you go crashing down through the vent. And you land in the middle of the nightclub that Enzo is currently drinking in.
Lovely.
That's
Enzo, you see them. You hear a crunch noise, and then and the music stops, and then suddenly like the assembly gives way up top, and just sort of flips over and dumps out your friend Flynn and a panther or cougar. Black jaguar cat that is enormous, like even bigger than they are most of the time. And the cat lands fine. I imagine Taggart or Flynn, like as you feel yourself like dropping towards the ground, it's not a big deal to teleport to a relatively safe landing. So I'm not going to make you like resist. Okay. But now you're standing in the middle of the zone with the security klaxons going off. Remember, and Mr. Guido's right there. Enzo's right there, and Selena is like bolting for the doors because this loud noise now has her spooked.
Of course.
So what do we do?
You should have said your friend was a cougar. I've been waiting to say that for years.
That's a joke that actually took Enzo like days.
Well, and he also thinks it's a current pop reference because, you know, even though it's dated by like a decade, he thinks it's great.
That's because the only surviving, like no media from the period between like 2010 and 2018 survived the future for some reason. Oh, like, weird. Yeah.
What to do about a fleeing cat?
I mean, I'm just chasing after her because I don't want to be in this club either. So
Okay. Are you like burst teleporting after her? Are you like partying after her? Are you shouldering your way through the crowd to get to her?
How I forgot what we're wearing.
You were wearing alligator costume.
We had to change out of the costumes, though. I thought.
Oh, we chose to.
Oh yeah. So you should be wearing like your normal stuff. Like
Okay.
if you've changed clothes since then, you had to wear an alligator costume. But if you've changed
Right.
since then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm using everything I have at my disposal to keep up with her. So.
Okay. Yeah, because she's fast.
Yeah.
Right? And she, as she runs through the crowd, crowd is already kind of freaked out by the security stuff going off, is even more freaked out now. And they are sort of screaming and trying to run away. If you get like the shot from Selena, looks like those monster movies where like people are like trying to dodge, right? That's what you get as she runs towards the door, where there are security people, but they're like a giant cat. What am I supposed to do with that? No. Besides, we keep people out of the club, not in.
Mm-hmm.
So she
Not
bounces out to the club, right? And the doors bang open. You can sort of like see the sunset-colored sky on the outside, and like a few of Templeton's sparks going up, and in preparation for the evening. And you chase her out into the court, into the weird internal courtyard area of the hotel. Enzo, Guido looks at you like, well, after this whole like there's like a beat after like the chaos sort of settles, and he just like throws back the whole thing he was drinking. It's like,
So, that's 3 out of 4 things that I wanted done. So let's just wrap up our business and I'll be out of your hair.
you, my friend, you are a focused motherfucker. I can appreciate that in this business. I'm sure the whole giant cat gunshots thing is going to work itself out.
Oh, the giant cat was expected. The gunshots were pretty likely.
Okay then. Yeah, so what do you want for... What are we talking about? We're talking about a full-time hookup of Faust through my club. What makes you think you can do that?
I just did it.
Yeah, but you did it once. Once. Full-time?
It's already happened. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so what, you want some kind of sign-in bonus then, or what?
Alright, so I'm not certain how to do that with the game side of it. Basically, I want to complete the deal in a way that he has favorable impressions of us and wants to continue it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sounds like that's like making friends sounds like a consort role. Like give me some consort here, friends.
We can do that. I'm like, remember the mafia? He is aiming for that whole tough mafia thing. But whatever.
I don't think this is the guy gonna bully you into like a deal, because he will punch you in the next week.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything else about that. Maybe just, well, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Well, do you have a what if then?
Sorry, I'm making. Okay, making a note to add Mr. Guido to the. Probably to change name because we can do better. We can do better, Mr. Guido. By accident. What if? You want him to have a favorable impression of you.
Well, alright, so not like favorable as I'm a buddy to go drinking with, but favorable as in I am a clean operator that, you know, would be good to do business with.
As a your respected business partner.
I'm just going to remember that remember I blew the one super flashback last week to basically call him out of the blue unexpectedly with all the details he needed to convince him he wanted to do business with us.
Okay.
To give us the opportunity.
Yeah. So. All right. So what if? What if? All right. A what if is this guy's gonna die of a coronary heart?
You cut off after coronary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's gonna die die of a coronary heart attack in 3 weeks. All right. You know this, however,
Mm-hmm.
and theoretically could do something about it. I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna totally take that. I don't say no to these things, okay?
notice.
It's like, oh, you want to do what? Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Alrighty. So that gives me a die. That's cool. And then yeah, it's probably risky, maybe controlled, but I don't.
I mean, the worst that's gonna happen is he's gonna like say no. He's not gonna get like thrown out on your ass. So I think controlled is fine, probably.
And then can I up that to get a greater effect? Is that a thing, or am I just remembering?
Yeah, no, you can definitely trade. How are you trading? That's called trading position for effect. You tell me how you're making the situation riskier to get better.
Well, to get greater effects to it is I am dropping hints at things I absolutely should not know that he doesn't think I should know about that are dangerous to him for people to know.
Okay, yeah. So the risky aspect is that.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed at me.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you don't nail this, you're going on a list.
Yeah.
And if he lives through the next 3 weeks, you watch your ad. Right.
Every once in a while I take it and like remind myself the game is supposed to be about horrible people doing stupid things. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, that does sound more entertaining to do it that way. Alright. So I think that's everything I can do. So yeah. Come on, Bobby. Oh, I have to hit it twice.
Yeah.
Thing. No bonus dice. Go. Oh!
Wait. Oh.
No. That should not have been the roll. That should not have been the roll.
No, it should have been one of the dice, which would have been the one, which would have been sad. Yeah. So close.
Oh, you don't have consort. Oh.
No, I don't. That's he's bad at that.
Alright. Listen, kid. I don't know who put you up to this. I don't know why you're actually here. But if this is about the families taking over my spot, you can tell them that I will come down on them like 1,000,000 pounds of fisty hell. Do not. He's not very inventive with his threats, right?
Yeah.
No,
It's great.
Right? Just like I did the last time. So you go back home and you tell Luigi and you tell McElroy and you tell whoever gave you that information that I am not one to be bullied. Get off my skyscraper. Should be easier. We're getting pretty close to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So I picture the place is like the club has like balconies and shit. I think we actually talked about that last time.
Yeah.
So like he's gonna like calmly walk over there, and I'm gonna say I want a flashback to have set up like basically a parachute or some sort of way out. Because I think it's cool. I don't know how much
like
stress.
a Bobby Poppins.
Yeah.
It's like
Did you say Bobby Poppins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't think of a visual effect for it, but goddamn, do I want it now?
it's like a pinstripe umbrella. That's like,
that nice of the picture is like one of the few future tech shit he brought back with him, just so he could do shit like that.
it's the Joker's gun with like the umbrella that comes out of it, but it's a Mary Poppins.
No, it's the penguin. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh shit! I could totally see him carrying around a penguin umbrella because the penguin's a mobster.
Uh-huh.
It's just one of the things that he brought back from it.
He just doesn't know.
All right. So how much stress you want for that?
You already used your free one, right?
Yeah, I did.
This is mostly stylistic. I'll charge you a 1 for having because if he tried to kick your ass, he could also have used it for an escape. But
Yeah.
this is just
Well, it's Blade, so context matters.
Exactly.
But anyway, on my way out, I am going to make a command roll against him, to basically try and settle him down a little bit.
Okay.
It's like, well, don't think too far in the future there, Sonny. Things are going the way I want them to go for the most part. You're difficult. I was trying to be the nice guy. I was trying to make sure that everybody got their beak wet. But if you want to go another way, well, you have my number. You have till I get back. And then I just step over the edge.
All right. Yeah, give me a command roll. That sounds risky because
oh fuck yeah.
you said that, but his goons standing nearby do not like the boss being catch it up.
Yeah, and if not, there's a phone call for me on my way home. Maybe don't start your car up by yourself. Well, and yeah, fuck it. You can. So it's risky, standard effect, and then you can push yourself also to get great, right? To step up.
You can
one.
push yourself to increase your effect.
Okay, I am going to do that. I'll spend 2 stress to do that.
Yeah, so on a standard effect, you actually get his respect. Hi, kid.
Yeah. Okay. And so there isn't any bonus dice because I'm just rolling my command, but I'm pretty good at command, so come on. Oh.
That's better than a 1.
Well, yeah, something bad happens because the 5's not a 6, but...
Alright, so... I'm going to make a note of this.
Yep.
Right? So, Zach will remember that. The immediate effects, he's okay, you can see this... One of his goons nearby starts to raise a gun as you marry sort of thing. He you see reaches out this giant meaty hand, is no, just holds it off, and you can see him sort of nod at you, and he's looking at you he's looking at you like a peer almost.
Yeah.
Right, and you can sort of sense that. The downside, I'm gonna say. All right, I'll give you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Either he calls McElroy, and the whole mob thinks that you're throwing around names that you don't get to throw around, or this is when Batarang shows
up. Before I'm clear, or shows up in wrestling
through the grounds, this dark shade, this flock of bats. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah,
flock of bats swoops in through the doorway above the heads of the goons and double kicks them and then spins to the ground and does the superhero landing.
Wait, isn't he in hot pursuit of Lonnie at that point?
Maybe, we'll see.
Well, all right, so the worst thing here is both options give me a way to build rep, basically. Because, the first one is, yeah, I know shit. What do I know about you? Do you want to find out? And the other one is, he just turned me down. I threatened him vaguely, and then fucking Batarang shows up and wrecks his face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta go with 2, because that's just too perfect to me.
All right. Sounds good.
We're doing our cool mutual respect thing, and then suddenly shit comes down on his head.
You're yeah, and then there's gunshots from immediately below you, and a Batarang whips over each of you, between the umbrella and your shoulder.
Well, and I move my head just slightly.
Yeah, with the no look dodge, and then it catches in the gun shoulder of the goon, right? Yeah. Lonnie, that's a really good question. Are you here? Would you have come here? Are you looking for exits?
I'm pretty sure Lonnie is indeed looking for an exit and probably looking for the other guys that aren't Damien, because Damien's kind of out.
Damien's gone.
Yeah, Damien's gone, man. Let's go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you the option. You can either have burst through the doors looking for Enzo, like under the like you came in under the security guards and the bat went up, or you are in the courtyard in an active shootout with guards when Flynn chases the cat through the firefight, essentially.
Oh, these are both incredibly tempting options because they both have just insane amounts of mayhem involved. And since I can't decide, I let fate decide for me. So we're going to go ahead and where's the fortune? I'm going to roll fortune. So on a 1 through 3, it's me and Batarang mixing it up in the club with Guido's goons. On the 4 through 6, it's going to be out in the courtyard with Flynn. Okay, courtyard it is.
All right, cool. So, yeah, I'm imagining like there's like a fountain and there's like statuary and some what's it called when they like do the bushes shaped like animals?
Oh, topiary.
Topiaries.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Thank you, topiaries. So there's a bunch of like topiaries around, and I imagine like Tina's like pushing you, like hobbling from like topiary to topiary. There's like their marble slash whatever foundations are being constantly chipped away with gunfire, and then all of a sudden this black cat, like this huge giant cat, like one you might have hunted back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like leaps over the topiary away from the gunfire, and sort of lands behind you. And Flynn, you're still in pursuit? Do you run through the gunfire? Do you teleport around the gunfire?
What are they shooting at my friend specifically, or are they just shooting at my co-conspirator?
They're shooting your friend, not at Lonnie. Yes.
Okay. I imagine Flynn is probably teleporting around, disarming, like basically getting behind people, basically interrupting their fire however he can. Because I guess he's not hurting cats very well.
Okay, yeah. So there's
What in tarnation?
there's probably half dozen of these guys. Some of them are like the serious goons with the armor and the rifles that you saw that these two yahoos saw in the Batarang's room. Some of them are just like the club security in the suits with the pistols. Yeah, if you want to try bouncing around and disarming someone, why don't you give me that sounds like a prowl roll to do it without getting just super jacked up. Of course, that's the downside. Like, this is a risky roll, and if you do fail it, I'm probably going to hurt you.
Okay.
Telefrey goes into predator mode.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So this is a standard effect?
Yeah, standard. This would be standard effect because you're probably going to disarm a couple of guys unless you crit. In which case, things do better.
Do I push? I still have a good amount of stamina or stress left over. Yeah, I don't want to get my friend to get shot, so I'll push.
Okay. Do you want to push for an extra? So when you push, you can either pick an extra die.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I took an extra die.
I could have helped you there, my friend, my dude. Do you want me to help you out here?
I mean, yeah.
Ain't gonna say no. Yeah. So I guess roll me another die.
Yeah.
Spend your. How are you helping him? You're
covering fire.
So you spotted him. You spotted him coming in behind the cat. You're going to ignore the giant cat for now, and focus on.
I'm going to assume he knows what he's doing with it.
Okay. All right.
Because I assume that the ex-Special Forces guy is a goddamn professional.
I would hope so.
He's chasing a naked cat.
At least it's a success.
So, all right. Okay, so
1,
that's
2,
part
3,
of this.
4.
Sure, yeah. So Death Bravado lays down some like distraction fire and starts using them in like old-timey swears and things.
Rise 'em, frag 'em, scrag 'em, squirg 'em.
All right, so that is yeah. So you take the guns off a couple of guys. You probably like knock them out, drop them behind bushes like Hitman style, right? And
Does he dress up them in his wheelchair?
yes. No, so with the 4, what I'm going to say is it doesn't even get you. Tiny Tina passes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Tiny Tina like says some slurred words and passes out. You can see now if you turn around and sort of look at her limp form lying on the ground, she's got like a fair amount of blood on the back of the scrubs that she was wearing.
Oh.
She's not in a great way. She might not be up for that middleweight championship fights.
Oh, I'll have to make it up to her. Cripes. Oh, jeez. Oh, what's the plan here at this point?
In fact, Selena actually, like, the giant cat sort of comes over to the limp form, and she's huge, so you're a little worried that she's gonna, like, pick Tina up and snap her neck like a bird. But, instead, she sort of, like, nuzzles. Like a cat trying to wake up a person, right?
Yeah. Can you understand? Can you pick her up? Oh, please be able to pick her up. This is gonna be awful.
And she sort of turns her head sideways and gives you that look like, I'm an animal and I'm smarter than I look, but I'm still not sure I get what you mean. And she like opens her mouth.
Oh no.
And she like reaches down, and if you don't stop her, she's gonna grab the back of the neck of the scrubs.
Yeah, the scruffer scrubs. Like
And then
he'll be watching very carefully. He's got that nice eyesight there.
And then she sort of like starts to physically drag her sort of further into cover.
You know what? I've had worse. And he starts wheeling himself at his much slower pace.
Alright, okay, so you two are reunited with Selena. Tiny Tina is not in a great way. Are you just gonna like, is it a fighting retreat at this point? Is it...
I think it's time for us to get out of Dodge.
Yeah, get going.
Okay. There's still like 4 armed dudes in this area. You can hear gunfire coming from inside the nightclub, too, which is sort of just off this area.
Yeah, we don't want none of that.
They're making like the "we're getting whooped by Batman" noises too. Right? Like they're yelling like,
Pow! Bang!
He's up in the trees! He's up in the trees, man!
Yeah. Enzo,
Yeah.
you are mobby popping through the air, through this mess, this huge mess, poorly lit area, automatic weapons, crowded. A grade 8 vigilante is currently just having his way with the security inside. Mr. Weedo actually goes past you as though he's leaping, but he's got like his arms up like this in like double axe handle, like he's going to go. And you see him take a batarang like in the shoulder and like shoulder and the trapezes, and then you see him like catch an upward Liu Kang kick, and he goes like flying into the dance area. What do you do? What are you doing right now?
I mean, he should have taken his
How
offer.
are you equipped to deal with this?
I am happily mobbing poppings away.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out. But like Guido and all his dudes are there fighting against Batarang.
Batarang. Yes.
I think basically I want to like review this scene and see what I can learn and that I can exploit.
Okay.
Because like there are 2 powerful factions here at this point now fighting, and like I feel like I should be trying to turn this to my advantage.
Okay. All right.
But like that's not going to involve me going in there in any fucking way.
No, well, you're not in there. You're not. It's not
Yeah.
going in there. It's going to involve you being currently in there, right?
Yeah. It's like right now. It's basically like, come on, gravity, a little bit faster.
Can I close the chute a little bit?
Yeah, it's like as long as I'm here, I should probably be paying attention.
That sounds like a study or survey. Probably survey.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between the two of them, so sure.
Survey is getting the lay of the land. Study is researching something intently.
I'm assuming that's controlled. I'm not certain how it would be otherwise. Yeah.
You are in the middle of a goddamn firefight with Batarang, dude.
That's
Batarang can fly now.
Oh shit, that's a good
You
point.
are an airborne target.
Okay.
We're gonna have a monkey on your back.
So you're saying risky then?
I'm saying, yeah, we'll call it risky this time. The next time you want to taunt the Batarang by looking like the penguin, it might be desperate.
So it's like, I don't know how to say it. Like, yeah, so he's kind of smart, but he ain't all that smart.
He's clever. He ain't smart.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like study the Batarang's attack patterns, you want because remember you can write down whatever information you get, right?
Yeah, and all right. So what I'm going, how do I put that? At this point, I'm just basically paying attention to how people are like attacking, and like if there's someplace someone should be attacking but isn't, I note it. So if they try to fuck with me, I can point that out.
Okay.
No,
Alright.
dude, that guy's got a gun. He's coming right. I'm just fucking floating, man.
Okay. Yeah, give me that risky survey, and standard effect is you find out things that might keep you alive later.
Nope.
Oh, so I have some bad news, and it's Batarang related.
Yep.
Actually, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Batarang. It's tangentially Batarang related.
Yeah.
It's, like, tertiarily. Because, like, down on the floor, there's a bunch of mooks getting wrecked. And, like, some of them have gone for the good guns, and not just the, like shoulder holster guard, suit guard guns, but, like actual, like, automatic weapon guns, right?
Yep.
And so there's two of them are like tangling with Batarang, and like look at this, you can see this. So two of them are like going hand to hand with Batarang, and he is like doing the Batman thing, but also like occasionally just like bat shifting around attacks and things, like in a really terrifying way. And then he drops two of them and kicks them away, and just as he's ready to go airborne, another like gets out there with the submachine gun and goes to take a shot, and Batarang like catches him on the face with two Batarangs, and his aim shifts up like this, right?
Oh no.
And you're still like 30, 40 feet off the ground, like this is a tall balcony, right? And the bullets miss you, but they rip right through the umbrella.
Oh,
yeah.
The suspension matrix on the umbrella, like the gravitation is gone now.
Yep.
So you fall to the ground, and that's a long fall.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain we're going to say we're going to resist that.
I only called it a risky, so I'm only going to call it.
You kind of there at the end.
It's two harm fall.
Okay.
You can resist it to one, for one harm, which is not a big deal. But also, like, your umbrella's gone until you fix it, basically.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna make a resist roll with like insight, where obviously I had a backup plan for this. I'm trying to justify the resist.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, I'm having trouble coming up with what the actual. What would that actually look like? Yeah, I mean, it's planning, and like there's a ridiculous amount of justification for what I do. So, yeah, all right. So I still take one level of harm. You said?
Yeah, well, level one harm from your fall. So something like sprained ankle, or Did Mary Poppins ever get hurt? Was that a thing?
No, she's practically perfect in every way, so that would never happen.
Practically perforated? Is that what you were?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, fuck. Partially perforated.
In every way.
Yep.
So yeah, you hit the ground. You try to roll with it in your best like future mob nerd way, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
They don't have parkour in the future or something. I don't know.
Parkour was
It's not part of your training regimen. So yeah, you sprain your ankle, and you can hear this like the strangled pain thump noises of that guy being taken out.
Yeah.
And then you sort of feel more than hear, like the batarang turn towards you.
Oh, jeez.
Outside team.
Yeah.
Selena's like dragging Tiny Tina along the ground. She can't lift her very high. Very high. Tiny Tina's a pretty big person. She's buff. She fights. Right?
Yeah.
She's right. She's like trying to drag her around the edge. There's still like guys out here though. Like they're probably gonna shoot a cat that ain't moving very fast. What are we doing?
I have a plan.
Do you now?
I do.
Those are maybe my favorite words.
Ditch
What
the
do we
cat.
I got a plan. So, I look around and using my preternatural senses,
Okay.
I look at the angles and see what it would take to take these fellas out without too much hassle.
Okay.
Using my gun.
You have a gun. All right. I mean, yeah, you can. They've all taken cover. Some of them are like behind potted plants.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like one of them's like got his back to a statue and is sort of turning and firing. You could theoretically throw a lot of bullets in this direction. Ricochet.
Oh no! I'm gonna
rounds.
take them all out.
Okay. All right. That's it. Because it's okay. Yeah.
I got some ideas, very keen senses, so I can see how the angles can work out, that sort of thing. It's all a bunch of fancy city learning, but it kind of works.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me. Yeah. So that sounds. So I'm gonna say you're gonna have to expose yourself to get to the right angles. If you want to take out all of them, right? I'll give you great. Practice taking out everybody in the courtyard.
Sure.
And everybody in the courtyard. There's gonna be a desperate roll.
Oh, easily.
Okay.
I was gonna push
You're
myself.
gonna push yourself, right?
Oh yeah, I was gonna push myself, use my powers, the whole shebang bang.
Okay. Okay. Flynn, would you like to offer aid?
Yeah, I mean, did you want help with this, or do you think you got it?
Yeah, no, yeah, some help
Okay.
would be vastly appreciated
And
if you could.
That's just one stress, right, to help out.
Yeah, one stress. Get some.
Okay.
Get some dice. I imagine that like you could imagine Flynn like as you're about to take the shot, like Flynn teleports over and moves the guy like a foot to the left.
Yeah, exactly.
Teleports over, elbows a guy into place. Oh, that's perfect. There's that, and of course that means I get to stand athwart as well on this
Yes.
thing. So I am going to attract the attention of the greatest threat present.
Awesome. That seems great.
Yup.
Got to deal with Batarang eventually, so.
Well, yeah, that's kind of part of this whole thing. So bonus dice +1, great effect. We're looking desperate, kids. Roll it. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh,
Shouldn't you had
Jesus
2
Christ.
bonus dice if you pushed yourself and I helped?
No, I pushed for great effect.
Okay. Okay.
Or did I trade my position for effect? And
No,
that's...
I think you traded position for effect. Give me another roll.
Okay.
Give me another die.
Yeah.
Please
Just...
please don't die right now, old man.
Oh, I don't die yet. This isn't how I die. Nah,
Okay.
ain't how I die.
All right. So a 5, I can like deal with. Yeah. So
To work with.
So you bank shot like so. One guy you just like come out around. He was not expecting you to be this agile in a wheelchair. You're really throwing him for a loop here. So that one you just caught out, right? But you have to like bank shot another one like off the top, off the like underside of the overhang, and like down, you catch another one, and then there's the one that you told that you got Flynn to move, like takes a piece of concrete that you knocked off and hit him in the head. And you take these guys out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's at that point that you realize that while they were just firing around you, when this is happening, they didn't get you, but like the wheel, like the right wheel on your wheelchair, like is just a ruin.
Shucks.
And don't forget the wheelchair is where all your loot is too.
Oh yeah, very well aware. Incredibly salient point you got there, partner.
But also at that point, Enzo exits the front door of the
Nightclub.
yeah, of the nightclub horizontally. With a like cloud of bats over him, and is like swoop bombed into the fountain essentially. And the cloud of bats does. If a cloud of bats can do like a backflip, it does a backflip.
Yeah,
And lands on top of the fountain.
It does like 100 individual bat flips.
Exactly.
Bat
Yeah.
flip.
like back loops, reverse.
Yeah, it looks like an air show, right? It's like
Yeah.
and it lands in like the Batman pose with the cape behind him and the grotesquely long arms, right? And is like looking down directly at like the Flynn, Selena, Tiny Tina triangle of bodies.
Hey, Monkey Man! I got a bullet with your name on it.
And he turns as cape flutters in the wind. Cease, evildoer! And you can see you can see his eyes glowing, right? And then he like dives. He dives at you.
Oh yeah.
Like the full on, like again, the Liu Kang dive kick, right? And he like bat parates and then like recongeals as he's coming in. What is everybody else doing? So let's hold on one second before we cover that. Damien, where do you land?
I mean, on the ground.
Yeah, but is it like on the street? Is it like, do you punch through the top two floors of a building? Do you leave a crater in your wake? Like, what is?
I mean, the movie trope is on someone's car.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And then you like stand up and. Do you wear a costume? Or are you just like Damien Maine, guy who punches things and also teaches kindergarten?
I think the kindergarten is probably the costume.
Okay.
Right, like it's the normal outfit for teaching kindergarten is, and then like rebel without a cause outfit for god punching.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if it's the same outfit, you're not doing crimes in like a pastel polo shirt with a frock.
No,
Right.
like I'm sure I teach in like a yellow button down and a pair of slacks.
Okay.
I don't know that yellow button down goes with red skin, but who knows?
I mean, it could. I can see it.
It's Daredevil colors, right?
The devil in a polo shirt.
Okay, yes, and you're like, but you like full on like leather jacket and piercing, like metal studs and.
Think spider punk outfit, right? Like 80s, jean jacket sort of thing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you land on a car in that, and you like hop the subway home, or like, are you just waiting for pickup.
I don't know. Like, it's a pretty tall tower, right?
It's a pretty tall tower. Although you can see it like flashing red from the ground, and it's getting closer all the time.
We don't really like have a way for like getting in contact with each other or anything, right?
I mean, you probably have a cell phone.
Yeah, there you go. I'll call and ask if they can come pick me up.
I'm just like waiting here, sitting on a bench. Because you're in Silver City, so you're like sitting on the bench in Prospect, in like the super nice park that nobody goes to because nobody actually lives in Silver City, right? So there's like the hobo chasing robots are patrolling, making sure
They're like
you're not
scanning
indigent.
you every few minutes.
Yeah, doing like online credit checks to make sure that you're not a homeless person. Yeah, that's Damien. There's a fountain. There's probably birds. Have fun. Everybody else, I feel like we're almost there. We can almost.
Yeah.
So are you making the bat has now focused on Lonnie, and is really Lonnie is non-mobile. Tina is unconscious and being carried by Selena, who was the original reason we came.
Oh wait, hang on. Damien's in an elevator playing that damn music.
Little girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, and it's just like bing, bing.
Damien. Okay, so did you land at the top of like a story skyscraper, like on like story 118, and you had to get on the elevator to get all the way to?
Yeah,
That was average.
yeah. Like I crashed into a cop car with a cop eating donuts, right? And get off the car, walk back into the building, and just like sit there tapping my foot as we go back up. And maybe somebody can make a dramatic entrance right before battering punches somebody else to be thrown off the building again.
Well, I mean, you're okay.
I mean, yeah. What'll probably happen is narratively, like you'll be there with the engine running to pick these, basically. Here in a few minutes. Yeah. So, how is somebody tell me how Death Parado is not about to get just bat kicked into a list?
So I think if Liu Kang, if he's going all Liu Kang, flying around, I think Flynn's gonna go Scorpion and teleport up to the side of the screen with his own flying kick and intercept.
Yes.
Nice.
Get over here.
The kind of quality content I am here for.
That feels like a skirmish roll to me.
I would vote for Prowl because I'm going from a blind side because I can't skirmish, but that's just my vote.
I mean,
Prowl does say it's for the what is it called? Ambush with close violence. So I'm going for the ambush.
All right. I'll give you this one. If you continue to stay in like fist fighting range with the batarang, it's definitely skirmish. This time it's
Right.
Prowl. Yeah.
No, yeah, I understand completely. If it's a continued prolonged melee, then yes.
Okay.
It's open for the blocks.
Yeah, having that Prowl roll, I will say that like just straight up fighting batarang is probably. I mean, it's definitely at least risky. Like fighting superheroes is at least risky.
Okay.
Since he doesn't specifically see you coming this time, it's probably not desperate.
Okay.
We'll call it. We'll say it's still risky. So give me risky. Standard effect is maybe you hurt him a little bit and you keep him from curse smashing Lonnie.
Okay. I don't have. I still have 3 more stress.
This is fine.
Yeah.
You can always just try. You can always just quirk out.
Yeah, I could just. We might as well just go for it. This is a play test, right?
Go big, man.
Smoke him.
I'm-
You got him.
I'm gonna. So I can push for better effect, right?
You sure can.
Why not?
The better effect you go narratively. What's the effect you're going?
So I have silenced weaponry. Doesn't really say what that is. I mean, it could be that I just have some sort of heavy duty taser.
Okay. So
Oh, yes.
you're gonna like flying kick slash bug zapper the bats. Is that what's happening?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll try that.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. 4.
Okay.
That's something.
Shit. It's something.
Oh,
All this
so yeah,
game's been, it's something.
I mean, that's a lot of what blades the blade system is. It's like, okay, I got kind of what I wanted.
Yeah.
And everything keeps getting bad, keeps getting worse and worse. Yeah, so you come out of so Lonnie's there in his chair, and I imagine Lonnie's like reaching backwards, trying to find weapons to
Yep.
level this problem. And out of nowhere, coming in from the left, Flynn materializes with like the taser and then a flying knee, and slams into this bat, and they both go rolling. Just and in fact, they both go rolling all the way over to the edge of the courtyard, and like what was the pyrotechnician's name? I forgot.
Templeton.
Templeton's setup's still over there, right? So you like roll past this tube and like this computer and a bunch of like wires and charges, and you hit the edge, and you actually knock this is great effect. You actually knock the batarang off the side.
No one could survive that.
And you can see him falling and like reaching out with his 2 weirdly long arms, his 2 weirdly short legs sort of flapping, and the cape curl up around him, and you catch yourself at the very edge, and then there's everybody. Just as you're sort of like pushing back, there's a flip, and a cable wraps around your arm
Nice.
and pulls you over to it.
I've also seen Batman.
Although I'm enjoying the bat as a heel more than I expected. Like, it's a lot of fun to just throw Batman at people. I see now why he's survived this long as a character. Yeah, so luckily Taggart has some tools for dealing with this problem.
Yeah.
But as of right now, you are falling overboard. We'll come back to you in a second. Enzo, Lonnie, unconscious person, cat I made up. What are you doing?
Let's give Enzo a go, because I have something, but I want to see what he does first.
You're in the pond. You're in the fountain, Enzo. All this just went down real fast around you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need to leave.
Yes, we do.
Like, if you say that out loud, like, there's a cat, like giant black cat, that's got what looks like Lonnie's nurse in her mouth, and like sort of nods up and down, like we need to be having gone from here. Yes.
Yeah, all right. So we have to figure out a way off of this crazy thing.
Please let me off this ride. I don't want to be here anymore.
James, stop this crazy thing.
I don't think, honestly, I don't know that there's a whole lot in between you and like.
If you want to just go, you can go. I've got plans.
Like the way that people get off of this is like by helicopter, by airship, or by like weird, like Dyson sphere thing. Like they're just like they ride off of it in aircraft. And now it looks sort of like the Titanic, like like the space Titanic. It just has like boiling vehicles leaving.
Yeah, well, like, are there life pods? Like, because it's Silver City, so, like, just these things that are designed to slowly float to the ground?
Maybe they would not be for. They would be accessible for premium customers only in Silver City.
Paying customers.
Well, okay, yeah. Well,
So I mean, that doesn't mean you can't get access to them, right?
yeah. Well, I was also thinking about all the staff that wouldn't be able to fly up here. But it depends on how dystopian you wish to be. Silver City is not apparently dystopian.
Silver City is definitely like the super clean and nice looking.
Yeah. But like superficially not dystopian. Underneath, let's talk.
Yeah, no, there are probably like I imagine there are like freight platforms. There are probably like there's like one giant shift change levitation device, right?
I just realized this amuses me even more. Is our Nile drone thing still there?
Ooh.
The truck.
And like all the chaos and shit like that, is it just stayed there?
Yes. No. That went away. That was a specific effect of
Okay.
a superhero that you didn't meet the last time. So.
Oh. Okay,
Aw.
so it is gone though. This is what
Yeah.
you're saying. All right. So
No, this is a Batarang issue, not a Kitchener issue. So.
Yeah, so I guess we look around for a way out that isn't obviously being used this instant,
Yeah. Do you want to use a skill? Give me an action. What are you doing? Are you
Sure. So I'm gonna say there's like a luxury, like not a luxury thing, but all right. So for up here, just a car, a flying car thingy, right? But like not like the nicest one here, but there's like a pilot standing next to it, like, can I go? And I was gonna walk up and was like, Mr. Maxwell wants you to help these people off of this plane. Get to it.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just do that.
All right.
yeah.
So yeah, there's like a bunch of like fairly nice like space
Yeah.
limousines.
Yeah, and like I'm walking up there with the tiger dragging a human body, and like I don't even pretend to not look like the jaguar, the cougar.
Okay.
Was that coming with me? And she's carrying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're soaked to the skin.
And like I just go in full mafioso mode, just being like, "Yeah, Mr. Peters wanted you to help these people off of this place. Let's go."
Right. Yeah, give me a command roll then.
We are leaving.
That sounds. We'll call it risky.
Yeah.
Standard is you get in the car.
Standard. I don't really feel a good way to fix that better. So yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So this hapless. What do you call them? The people who drive. Not
Skyhops?
taxi drivers. What?
Skyhops?
Yeah, like this skyhop. And they all have like the same hat and like the shiny vest and like there's a uniform. And like you walk up and it's like, can I help you, sir? And he's like clearly like really super freaked out by what's going on.
No, but you can help yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you give him like the mafioso talk. He's like, kid, this job ain't worth it. And he's like, what do you give me to give you this? What do you give me to get you to the ground?
Oh. Like, I definitely go through that phase where I'm just like, not a bullet in the skull? Just kind of looking at him like,
I mean, the other
what?
option is you just push him aside and get him.
Yeah. Well, like, do you know what? And all the confusion and stuff like that, no one's going to know what happened to this car, and I know a chop shop. I'll give you a name, they'll do your business.
All right, please, come on in.
There you
He,
go.
like, opens the door and steps aside, like, all valet style. And, like, Selena drags Tiny Tina in. And, like,
I sent the picture of like the cougar like backing into the car. Like,
is Lonnie, like, dragging himself up? Like, what's the problem?
No, Lonnie has his own escape planned, especially since Flynn needs to get out as well.
Okay.
And he
All right.
he planned a contingency. So let's seg into that. So Lonnie's sitting here as they've all left, and he's trying to move himself. Oh right, and let's go ahead and flashback.
Okay.
So as they were loading in for the night, Tina basically asks her grandpa, great grandpa, whoever, what's all this stuff on the wheelchair? This doesn't look right. This looks different. It's for later, just in case. You'll see. And that's when he remembers, oh, right. And he pulls this crank on the side of his wheelchair, and this auto gyro propeller extends out of the back
Okay.
and opens up. And he starts to take flight.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna call that. That sounds like a 2 stress to me. Like that's a
Cheerfully,
fairly major.
I will happily take that. And as I'm flying out, additionally, what happens is he pulls another crank, and from out the bottom drops out a net
Okay.
to snag Flynn.
All right. So that's several of you all. Flynn, you are currently in free fall with the Batarang. This is probably a minute or so ago in actual game time.
Mhm.
What's your plan? What you doing?
My plan was just to cancel momentum with the teleport.
Ooh,
But,
okay.
I mean, if there was random planes flying or like people scattering, I was just going to teleport onto one of their ships.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you just like blink away from the Batarang and just like into a limousine that's like the passenger seat though, like up with the driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just like hold a gun on him until you get to the ground. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, that seems easily reasonable enough. Or I could just teleport to the top of a limousine. I wouldn't have to just sort of.
Oh, okay. Like Spider-Man your way.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, that totally works. I mean, the top of the limousine is probably going to be because remember, Batarang can kind of fly now, like right now.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to want to make
Out of
yourself-
sight.
Yeah. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. You can also probably teleport back up, like all the way back up, like out of his grapple and all the way back to the thing. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, no, I easily figured I could have just not been
I said
grappled by
I-
teleporting.
I deployed a handy dandy net for you to grab if you wish.
I imagine that there's some easy way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
so you
seems to be a multitude of things to teleport towards.
You teleport out. In head, you guys, Lonnie and Flynn, make their way to the ground, sort of like directly to the hideout area, and Enzo and Tiny Tina and Selena stop at the top floor of a building on the way down, and like Damien's standing there, like looking up, trying to figure out how he's gonna get back, and like suddenly a limo pulls like alongside, and the door opens, and it's just Enzo like drinking a tiny bottle of alcohol. It's like, we're kind of done here, right? All right, cool, and cut.
Yeah.
That was a successful job.
We got out. I'll call it
Yeah.
successful.
So, one of my goals that I didn't elaborate on was that means the head of the mafia was just born when heaven fell from the sky.
Oh god.
I know, I'm like, So wait a minute. I just made a huge thing to announce his birth. Fuck yeah.
Okay. How do you guys feel about a real quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll do downtime,
Yeah.
like wrap up stuff.
Sure.
We'll do the whole cycle in one night. It'll be great.
What?
That works.
All right.
Sure.
Mike, can you play us out here?
Oh shit. Yes. Here. I don't actually have. Can I do this? Here, we'll do this. We'll do the test pattern, and
Awesome.
we'll move that to the front. Yeah. Top. If I do this, is it going to destroy everything? Yep. Yeah, it destroyed everything.
No.
It did the exact opposite of what I wanted.
Aw.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's call it a break.
Yeah. So everyone leave. I'll mute us.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Now we'll be right back.
See you in a bit.
Hey!
Wow,
Hi,
so-
everybody. We're back. We have just successfully something. What? I don't know what that. Yeah. We'll talk about what just happened here. So, at the end of every job, a couple things happen. We gain heat. We get some cash. We probably gain or lose some favor with our patron. And then we go into downtime. So, first things first, let's talk about cash. All right. So every job falls somewhere on a spectrum between like 2 and 10 cash. With 10 being ridiculous things and 2 being fairly small. Like 2 cash, according to my list, is hijacking a decent food truck, high-profile dog napping, and identity theft. 4 cash is knocking over a liquor store, Grand Theft Electronics delivery truck. Right? 6 cash is bulk pharmaceuticals, drug operation liquidation, and science gear. 8 cash is armored car robbery, celebrity kidnapping, and corporate espionage. And 10 plus cash is banks, treasuries, historical artifacts, extraterrestrial relics, blah, blah, blah. So I think from that, if you got out with the money, which I think you did,
Yep.
that's bulk pharmaceuticals. You sold a bunch of drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That too.
You sold, so we'll cover that in a second. We'll cover ill-gotten gains in just a second. So that's 6. That's 6 cash. That's not a bad first run, really. Like, your patron is going to expect you to kick up,
Yup.
equal to your tier, which is only 1, right? So that leaves the crew overall 5 cash to distribute, right?
Mhm.
And this is up to Lonnie. Lonnie probably pulled. It was a fairly nice area. Maybe Lonnie might have pulled 2 extra cash worth of stuff out of the Batarangs suite.
Sure.
So it's up to you if you want to disclose and or share that cash with the crew.
He'll probably make sure Damien gets a cut because he was the one who actually came and helped that part out.
All right, so you guys can split that up separately. The crew as a whole got 5 after kicking up, so you can talk about whether you each want 1, and then we throw 1 to the crew, or that's how you want to divide that up, basically. Are there thoughts?
I mean, everybody gets 1, and then 1 to the crew kitty. Sounds about right. Anybody else have thoughts?
I'm good with that.
Seems reasonable.
So I'll go ahead and throw up the crew coin here. So crew's got 1 coin. Each of you has, and then it sounds like Lonnie and Damien might have their own.
Yep.
1 coin apiece. Cool. So that's coin. Or cash. That's pretty straightforward. So with you were also representatives, if not direct representatives, of Shock's Queenpin of the Underworld. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before we do that though, because Shoxa cares about heat, let's go talk about heat. All right.
What? Heat? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So heat comes in, values from 0 to infinity, essentially. And 0 heat is no one who cares notices. Does that describe tonight? I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like low key. 2 heat. There's some friction, maybe even a scuffle, but no major damage.
Unfortunately, I think we're closer to the 4 heat section.
So 4 heat. There are less people and buildings standing after than before.
That's not quite what's true.
I mean, the building's still standing.
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere between 4 and 2. The description for 4 definitely makes it sound like it would have been more significant. So I think we're going to start with base 2. All right, base 2 heat.
Okay.
So +1 if someone or a few people died.
I don't think anybody
Did anybody
died.
die?
Yeah.
I don't know. What?
Didn't a guy go over the ledge?
Who? What?
Battering totally killed people, man. You can't.
Yeah, but that's Batarang, not us.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's still people dying, but I don't remember. I'm not remembering battering killing anybody.
I thought Batarang has a code against killing.
You can't. I mean, just because there's a code against killing doesn't mean that his punching people in the unconscious and doesn't accidentally kill people.
Oh my
We're
god.
Look, I saw the video where
I just
Batarang whipped
have-
somebody to a car and then flipped it over.
I have to accept. I have to. Yeah, I would just ask you to accept the rules of the universe. Say that Batarang didn't kill anybody. Batarang didn't kill anybody. So no, nothing there. +1 if the cops. No.
Nah.
Like, directly? No.
No.
Consequently? Yes.
Yeah, they will be involved.
1000%.
Unfortunately, I think this next one.
Yeah, +1 for each major landmark, or +2 for if it was destroyed.
It wasn't destroyed.
It was damaged. Alright. +1 if anyone was out of character during the job. I don't think that's what it was. +1 if surveillance recordings occurred and survived. You were definitely on tape. Like, that definitely happened.
Yeah.
That's just sort of operating in Silver City especially, but just about anywhere, if you don't make a special effort to not be recorded. So that is by my count base 2, +1 for damaging a landmark, +1 for recording. So that's 4 heat. Right?
Seems, yeah.
Okay, so the crew gained 4 heat. I mean, it was a loud, messy operation, but I've seen worse, right? So, yeah. So that brings you to a total of 6 current heat. Alright. But you're still wanted level 0. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
So, with heat out of the way, let's talk about Shaksa now. Shaksa's got some pretty specific favor calculations, which I think I might be reworking later, but we're place testing now, and this is what I have written down, so yay. If you hurt another family operation, only 1 to 5 favor based on how badly. I don't know that Mr. Weedo was specifically a family operation.
No, I believe he specifically said the families were trying to muscle in on him.
He had family, he had like family ties, but he was not, and like family complications, but he was not family himself. You gained more than 5 heat from this job. Nope.
We didn't.
Just short. You bring a new racket or member into the family. You can 1 to 6 favor based on how important.
We're starting to run Faust out of there, technically.
I think you brought Mr. Weedo into the family. Whether Mr. Weedo stays in the family is another question altogether. So I'm going to call that, I think it's medium size. It's probably a 2, maybe 3. We'll call it 3 favor.
Right.
Okay.
Just a decent, you're running an expensive drug out of a high-class place. That's decent money coming in. That you'll never see because you're handing it over to the family. And if you pay up yourself after the job, gain favor equal to half the cash paid. So you paid up 1. I'm going to round up. We'll say 1 more favor. So that's a total of 4. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So rather than rep in this, you gain favor with Shaksa. So you went from 1, 2, 3, 4 rep favor with Shaksa. Nothing specifically changes yet, but you are on your way to becoming slightly more trusted by the Queenpin of Crime. So the next thing, the next thing here, before we do downtime, is entanglements. Now, funnily enough, you have 6 heat, which means you are now looking at the biggest and baddest table over here on the far side. But you're still wanted level 0. So you are rolling 0 dice. You're rolling 2 dice and keeping the lower. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So does somebody want to give me that roll? Somebody want to give me a 0 die fortune roll?
Damien, why don't you do it? You haven't had a chance to do much.
5 or 4.
So okay, so 4 and 5 are the same. So
Which book is this in? Is this Patrons
this is-
or?
Play
this is in
cycle.
Play Cycle. Play Cycle is slowly becoming, will eventually be like the main, like this is where all the information you need thing is, because I pain going through all these. I just don't want to. I didn't want to put a bunch of like half-finished stuff together and then have to cut it all back out. So as I sort of solidify things, they're going in this document here. So that is a 4 to 5 Faustian bargain or a show of force. All right. So Faustian bargain, which is excellently named for this job. A potential patron who is not currently your patron approaches the crew with an offer they can't refuse, at least not without huge personal cost. Either accept the offer and probably risk a break with the current patron, keep your head down until it goes away, minus to be favored with your patron for your absence, or find another way to deal with it. So that's one of your options. And a show of force is a rival or enemy faction wants to throw down. They call you out and start taunting you and probably your patron publicly, wrecking up your haunts, maybe even occupying your home neighborhoods if they know what those are. Either go to war with them with all that entails or lose a patronage. Alright. So right now, the people that you would probably that might be coming for you in that way
Batarang.
is pretty much Batarang. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Batarang. So the other thing about Batarang is I directly incorporated.
I
So
saw.
let me read Batarang. The product of radical genetic experimentation by Transigen Dynamics. Thank you, Aaron, for that company existing.
Oh,
as well.
right. We'll get you there.
This amazing primate won a lawsuit with the Megacorp that secured his freedom and a handsome sum of money after the senseless loss of his parents when their enclosure at the Argent City destroyed during state having gone wrong. He saw purpose by turning his ability towards crime fight. So you are already in Batarang's origin story. Batarang could very easily beef with, and the Faust will wear off eventually. So
Is Batarang going to be jonesing for Faust after this?
that's a really good question.
I was
I'm
gonna say
excited to find out. So,
that is another of the 3 that I had accomplished. Got hero to take demonic drug. Yep.
check. So yeah. So do you guys? At this point, it would probably be Reigns. Although I could, in the meantime, make up another.
Honestly,
patron to-
Reigns showing up and bending us to his will would also be entirely appropriate since we name dropped him to get in the door.
You sure did. You sure did. So I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to beef with Batarang, or do you want Reigns to come
Make us an
cause
offer.
trouble, essentially? Because remember, he's Mayor Reigns.
Mhm.
And it's not you, but he has a super team at his disposal.
Oh man, do we want to get into like throwing down with a thunderbolt? Sounds like an awesome idea. Also, but
Awesomer than having Batarang as our arch.
I mean, we already arched Batarang a bit with this one.
He already arched us, perhaps.
Can a hero arch? Is the question.
Is he a hero, though, really? He seems like a just short of murderous obsessive at this point. We'll see.
Just sort of murderous force of
Also, he might have a drug
primate
problem.
nature.
Does Batarang have a drug problem? Jonah Jameson's has pictures.
Oh my god.
I'm dirty now. I do need to cut. Because I've thought about that, because like the entire thing is written right now in like Over the Hill
Mm-hmm.
Demolisher is writing it.
I still
if it
like
was-
him placoderm.
If it was written, I'd really like the name of Placoderm, actually. Yeah, that was a good one for me. But the other option is like the Jameson equivalent is writing the thing, and that seems like it could be fun too. Anyway, so we'll let that stew. Maybe we'll come back,
Okay.
and we'll start doing downtime to get everybody through that. So Downtime activities are on the play cycle sheet.
I don't remember the order it happens in. Oh, because XP is the last thing in the cycle, right?
XP is the very last thing in the cycle.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So XP comes right before all the clocks tick forward. I will note that I have changed the downtime activities slightly. Now the so now duck. There's two. I removed one, and I've added two more. So the one that delay is gone. The one that
Okay.
you just took to like stop the need clock from moving forward. It's gone.
Did you update one of the docks one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
play cycle.
the play cycle that we're
Play cycle has it. Okay.
and in its place are two others with D names, because I'm really inventive at like 11:30 at night.
Nice.
So yeah, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Deal is you go find someone to help you that you now owe. They get but you can start pushing other clocks backwards with it. And duck is just like, no, I'm ducking the mortgage payment. I'm ducking the need clock. I'm just like keeping my head down and staying out of all this. And that means that at the end of this cycle, none of the clocks tick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
So debt clocks are how you ask Lex Luthor for a favor, basically. And Lex Luthor, if you ask the right Lex Luthor and they have the resources, they can push like trouble clocks backwards. They can pay off your debts to other people, or they can even push your need clock backwards if that's what you want them to do. They can't erase your need clock, but they can stop it and turn it around. Then you owe them, and if they had the juice to do that, you probably owe them big.
Like, do them jobs big.
Yep.
I mean, so anybody have any ideas for downtime? Because I know what I'm doing, I guess.
I'm functionally doing the same thing I did last time.
I'm getting kind of doing something similar, except I need to also de-stress or fit in a bit as well.
And don't forget that if you've got cash you want to spend, you can get an extra downtime action for 1 cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of my plan. Is I'm gonna be burning a cash to get 3 downtime actions rather than just 2.
Okay.
I guess I should figure out what can you do with cash.
Can't you do?
Cash is a resource. This is one of the big things it does, right? It buys you time. You can spend it to accomplish more during downtime. 1 cash equals 1 downtime action, right? The other thing that it is sort of a nebulous resource of, okay, I need this thing right now, or I have to pay off these people.
Okay.
I may ask you for a certain amount of cash, right? If you don't have it, then you can't do it.
It's used also in some complications. Like,
Mhm.
if we get picked up by the cops, we can pay them off rather than have to deal with all their bullshit.
Yep. One of the things, like the entanglements, like you could get hassled by the cops, you could get hassled by a landlord, something, and pay back. You could. There's one entanglement where somebody with your patron but not with your crew is skimming off the top
Yeah.
of your takes, and you can resolve that with cash.
Mm.
It's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you throw at problems
Okay.
or you spend for downtime. But you'll never be like buying things. Like there's no like gear list that you like. I want that rifle. I need 3 cash. Like that's
You
just-
also
No, but-
squirrel it away for how good of a retirement you're gonna have
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So if you don't want to spend it, you can make it stash, and then stash determines like your stable quality of life. Because in this, it doesn't determine like your entire quality of life. Like some of you can have like full-time jobs and that kind of thing, but like, and that sort of determines your income. But stash is sort of like your investments and your savings and stuff. But like if something went bad, this is what you can fall back on, right? In Blades, it's like I'm getting out of the game. How nice is my hovel?
Got it.
So yeah, somebody who knows what they want to do. Let's get started. Matt, since you seem to have a pretty good idea, why don't we start with Lonnie?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So first, we're gonna duck.
Okay.
Keep the old need at bay with some of them chemical cocktails that Ted
Yep.
makes from.
Yeah. Yeah, the nephew or grandnephew or whatever.
Something like that. I forget. I've lost count after a certain amount of time, I think. Yeah, it works. It just kind of chug a few of those down every day with, a few glasses of water, a little bit of salt just for taste.
Okay.
It works. And then I was going to plot some more, see if I could track through the various corporations who has the deed to where I found my rock.
All right. Yeah, give me. At this point, I imagine you're doing like.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. You imagine I'm doing what?
Are you like online doing the research? Do you have like a grandkid that's like?
I was gonna say I have one of the tech-savvy grandkids online, maybe.
There you go. All right. Yeah, I mean that sounds like a study role to me. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I have no study. I'm gonna have to work on that. That's fine. It'll advance some. It's not
Yep,
perfect.
it goes up no matter what.
Yep. Duke. Kerdurk. I get a mighty 1, I think.
Goes up one tick. One-sided, shoot side. Dunk, you are halfway to looking. So you're the kid babbles like a bunch of jargon at you. You right? Oh,
Yeah, cat just got a little rambunctious.
Cat related.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kid babbles a bunch of like jargon at you that you're not quite sure, but it sounds like they're making progress. So they give you some names.
The Hoopy Whatty hurts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like databases and online information, like all these buzzwords that you have no idea what's going on. But it sounds like little Timmy's making some progress. So
Okay.
you just tell him to keep you informed.
Yeah, just let me know when you find something about about this thing.
Yep.
Good
All right,
kid.
And that's 2. So if you want a third one.
Yes, the third one I will spend a thing of cash. And leaving me with 1, and then I'm going to fit in.
Okay. What does that look like?
So Lonnie fitting in is... I'm trying to decide if it's spending time around the old folks' home and just, like, making things better there, or if it's helping the family out with, like, just cash infusions there. You know what? I'm gonna say it's helping the family. I'm gonna be basically spending cash to like help get stuff fixed around the house, or like somebody needs a car payment or something like that.
Paying Tarantino's hospital bill.
That too, yes.
Do you like the wheelchair like Godfather? Or do you like show up one day and just start like throwing hundreds at people? Like how does this work?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. Do I show up like what?
Do you like are you the wheelchair Godfather where they like come to you and ask for stuff?
I think Lonnie does make them come to him because that's kind of the power move there. You know, I don't get out. You come here. You have to deal with I gotta deal all the time.
Okay. Yeah, so you're helping somebody make a car payment, and somebody's like paying their way through nursing school, and like Tiny Tina doesn't have insurance because nobody will insure a nursing practitioner / prize fighter. So you pay for her hospital stay, and yeah, and the family like begrudgingly takes your money, and like has to interact with you while they do so.
Mm-hmm.
They're not super into it most of the time.
Of course not. Of course they aren't. You know, because I'm the terrible secret that they don't want to have to acknowledge is there, but I'm there and I make their lives work.
So do you have like I'm imagining you wearing like a duster and like a cowboy, like a not quite a cowboy hat, like one of those like broad brimmed hats most of the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, it might be like the duster. He's got like the bolo tie and like maybe some he's got like the pastel polo shirt underneath.
Well, that's your nice. That's your going out shirt though. Like this
Well,
is
yeah.
your going out, but yeah.
Yeah, Mavis at the home thinks it's really snazzy. So what's snazzy? One of them new kid words.
Okay, great. Cool.
So yeah.
There's Lonnie. Who's next?
So let's see. I am not resisting. I am.
Flynn, did you have yours basic?
Yeah, it's basically going to be Lalo and probably Duck.
Okay. All right. So we're Lalo and Duck.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Fit in and Duck.
Okay, I was gonna say because yeah, you have some stress you need to work out here.
Yeah, the stress is really bad.
Oh no! I overindulged.
Oh no. Okay. We'll come back to that. Hold on. Let's do
that's fine. That's great.
Flynn's because overindulgence in this is like home life gets weird, right?
Oh yeah, this is great. No, take care of everyone else first.
Okay, so yeah, so Flynn, you're going back to like the dojo,
Yeah, the
esports thing, right?
Yep.
That's right.
My esports dojo.
All right. Yeah, and you have like two or three students that are like really stand out, and then a few that are like okay, and there's like the two in the back that are just like they're here for the Cheetos, really, is what they're. Yeah. So at some point you're gonna have to like lay down the law for these folks, or just like kick them out of the dojo,
Drum them out, or
so that they can like go and start their own competing dojo and come back. And, but yeah, so I imagine you like walking around with some sort of stick between rows of computers, like in the dark. So there's like the flashing lights on you. Yeah. Saying sweep the leg, rocket jump. Yeah, so do you remember how to do this?
Yeah, so is this so it looked like Matt, you hit a different button. I think last time I just hit one of the.
Yeah, so I think
so it's
you hit indulge vice?
Yeah, it's indulge vice if that's what you're doing.
For reducing stress, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. In Blades you go out and get drunk or go shopping or something.
Yeah.
Gamble. And this is a little bit different.
So yeah, what it does is it automatically takes your weakest thing and
Damn.
there you go. Oh,
that's not great.
2 stress recovery. Yes. Would you like to do it again?
Keep in mind that you now could overindulge, but you should do it anyways because that's way better than stressing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second too.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Remember, you also have your cash you can blow to.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I would say if you have 5 stress, like it's super worth to do it.
Okay. So I think I will use my cash to upgrade all the rigs in my dojo. Basically,
I was gonna say there's a big upgrade project.
Yeah.
Getting 2080 Ti's for everybody.
Yeah, so you got like you're bringing like you turn all the lights on for the first time ever, and the ground is just like this yellow dust. Yeah, and then like you've got the students carrying computers in and out, and it's a whole day project.
Yeah.
You can get some decent efficiency out of them, but yeah. So give me another indulge roll.
So it's another 3 down.
Okay.
So not a 2 stress, which is more manageable.
Okay. That's definitely a survivable amount. All right, and then so you spent your cash to that one, so you still have 1 free range.
Which I'll use for Duck.
Okay. We're going to Duck. And that's just basically like, that is literally keeping your head, right? Like,
yeah.
Because they're looking for you. And they're like, no.
Yeah, basically staying out of the papers.
Like, do you constantly change your like online handles that you coach these esports under, just to, like, keep throwing them off? Do you have like, how deep does your self encryption go? Essentially, like, are you?
Yeah, I think there has to be something where he's constantly changing just to keep keep him guessing.
Mm-hmm. And you sleep in a van that they can never track down.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that is Flynn. Who wants to go next? We got 2 more.
I think I know what I want to do ish.
Okay.
So I have to recover. I have this partially perforated.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm not certain how that works.
So recovery in this game, you just take the action,
Okay.
and you automatically get all the all harm that you have drops
Yep.
down 1 level,
Okay.
and if that means it's 0, then it just disappears.
Okay. So
I figured in a game about supervillains, you're gonna be getting in fights a fair amount.
yeah.
There's no gear, so you can't like carry around heavy armor with you. So like healing harms.
Yep.
Just
All right, and then
do you have like future med duct tape or like?
Well, maybe, but I think in this case it was really just minor stuff. So like he heals. It's a new experience, and he's kind of happy he has scars now. 'Cause I picture that's not very common.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I'm going to do my fit in. I still think he's going to work on the docks a little bit. Do his porter thing.
Okay.
Get a little bit of stuff that way.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you head back to the docks. You're working the job. It's an early morning shift, like it always is.
yeah.
Like.
So that's 2 stress back. Woo!
Yay!
At least we have 4. That's fine. And I think I'm gonna spend my coin to work a bit on training my playbook.
Okay.
In this case, he's actually building like a computer here to help him do some stuff that he expected to just have done for him. What the shit is with this, you people?
Okay.
Stone Age.
Okay. Building a future computer.
Yeah. Well, I'm mostly just justifying the advancement in the tech level.
Okay, cool. That sounds great. All right, so Damien.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you still got 2 downtime actions. Or activities, and we also need to talk about your quirk. So which would you want to do first?
We should do quirk because that occurred chronologically earlier.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me find the correct documents.
It is Argent City player info.
Yes, it is. Just happens to be the last one in my row of documents. Okay, so when your stress fills all the way up, clear it, and narrate your remove from the job. That part. Then take one of the following. So, what did you take for your quirk?
I actually clicked on reckless because it made the most sense to me. But let's see. I guess let's go with the arrogance.
Okay. All right. The text on arrogance is, "I wouldn't worry about what this does. You're clearly good enough to handle it." The idea being that I will. You can, and so just like with Blade's traumas, you get a lot of say in when they come up. They will probably also be sort of, so you can be like, I was just arrogant and too arrogant to watch the door and figured nothing bad was going to happen. Or I figured I'd already knocked him out. I didn't have to worry about it. Or I will probably use it a consequence hook, being like, okay, yeah, you did punch the thing over, but in your arrogance, you didn't really worry too much about how hard you were punching it, and therefore, like, went to the building. So they're both a tool for you to like farm for XP, sort of, and a tool for me to color some of your partial successes or failures with. That's what they're for. Cool. And then your downtime activities.
Training, and then probably spend quite a train.
All right.
Train all your stuff up. Jeez.
Sure. Okay. And that's just like every attribute, or is 2 attributes in the?
I'm going to do insight twice and prowess once.
You can't change the same playbook twice in a
I think you can only train one playbook once.
Or attribute, but yeah.
Or sorry, attribute, yeah. I think you can only train one thing once, and I might not have written that on a thing, so that's partially on me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can only train any given thing once. So you can train prowess once, insight once, and then resolve once, but you can't train like resolve once and prowess twice.
Train the playbook then.
Okay. Cool.
Now it said
What's that look like? So it is insight, prowess, and playbook?
Yep.
So what does that training look like? Are you doing like push-ups while dodging things? Like what's...
I figure 20 push-ups a day ought to cover it.
20 push-ups a day and run a mile and a half, I think it was, right? Like,
Yeah, something like that.
but you have to do it every day.
Right.
Every day.
I mean, the goal here is to pick up either hunt, survey, or tinker, and then get better at wrecking stuff. Or skirmish. I can't remember if I can actually wreck in combat.
I mean, you can. You did tonight. It just is a matter of bringing the scenery down on your own, basically. Okay.
But yeah, I really have no idea what training insight looks like, at least for Damien.
I mean, training insight could be as simple as like studying education, since you're a kindergarten teacher.
All right, yeah, that's why I have a point in education for studying. For the way around.
Yeah, like, or it's just like getting better at dealing with the unexpected because you're surrounded by 5 and 6 year olds at all times.
Yep. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I imagine like the point at which the training actually happened, you like dodged flying food in the cafeteria, right? Or like saw it coming and put yourself out of the spray area, maybe.
Just being better able to keep your eyes on all the children at once.
Yep. There you go. All right. So that's Damien. Okay. So Lonnie, your complication. Real quick, let's go back and let's all talk about the entanglement that we're about to do, because I want to tie this in. So, the 2 options were Faustian Bargain, where someone, probably Saxon Reigns, comes and makes you a deal you can't refuse, or Show of Force, and probably Batarang starts messing up.
Yeah, like those are both really good. It just there's no easy choice on that one. And anybody, any thoughts that did the scale one way versus the other?
I don't have anything.
All right.
Okay.
I can fortune roll this out if you really
Do it.
Great.
because I am an agent of chaos in this. So 1, 2, 3, Saxon Reigns makes us an offer. 4, 5, 6,
Oh, wait.
Batarang.
I'd much rather do Batarang, I think, than...
Saxon Reigns. Okay.
All right.
That sounds
Because
good.
like, war was fun in that other game we played.
Jesus. Okay.
All right. So, Lonnie, you are money to your descendants. The way how you do.
Mm-hmm.
How you do when. Are you in your house? Like, what's your house look like?
Also, it's a retirement home.
Okay. And you're
I gotta,
in there with a duster and the hat and like.
Well, I don't have the duster on. That's for going out.
They come into your retirement home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you are there, and you've been doling out, $100, $200, $300 to various
Relations.
grand nieces and nephews and whatnot to sort of the way that you tend to when there is when there's a commotion in the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some slight, like, you hear a nurse or something scream, and then you hear thump thump thump, and then you look out, and the last grandnephew that you handed a wad of cash to is hogtied and being drugged out of the. You see them just as the doors close behind them. They've been hogtied by a cable of some sort that you've seen before, as it wrapped around Telefrag's arm.
Well, I'll be.
And they disappear in the parking lot, essentially. Through some double loading doors.
Kids, that's fine. Here, have some money. Go see Avenger or something like that.
A talkie would be funnier.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Damn it, I missed it. Go see one of them talkies. It's good. And he'll keep his cat low and wheel himself out to the parking lot, or see if he can see from his window what's going on.
Okay, so you wheel up to the window, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. You can, when you wheel up the window, you can see out into the parking lot, and you see by now your nephew has been drugged up a lamppost and tied and is hanging, and Batarang is sideways doing that like
The monkey hang thing.
yeah, with faces almost touching, and then you see him turn and look in your window, point, and then you see him backflip up to the top, right, and then do the Batman grapple, essentially.
And I'll drop the blinds.
Yep. All right. End scene. Good. There we go.
I've had just about enough of this monkey business.
Okay. So, that has been a full cycle of Blades, or of whatever this game is called. Let's go with that. Did everybody? Okay. Did we have fun?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm glad. Thank you so much again for being my guinea pigs for this. Internet out there, thank you for watching. All of this stuff is available. I'm trying to do a combined doc, but all of it is available on as the pin tweet on my Twitter account at Thrognar, THROGNAR on Twitter. If you're interested, please come look at it. I'm trying to put together an actual full-on doc so that it can go on the Blades Hacks database sometime soon, even though I have a ton of revisions that I already want to do to it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by. Please go get some sleep and hydrate and feel better, because this time of year is really rough. It's really rough.
Flu vaccines are out as well.
What?
Flu vaccines are out as well.
They are. I no longer have my. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Yep.
I got mine last week. So, Thanks for streaming for me, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And everybody have a good night, internet.
Good night, everybody.
I don't.
Toodles.